Hello. Hello. Hello, and welcome along to today's live stream. I'm very excited to see everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to today's quantum energy healing, clearing, and readings with myself and my incredible moderators, including Viviani. Thank you for your love and support. And I'm very excited to help today. In particular, our focus today is with past life healings. So excited to help with those, not just healings, clearings, and any readings that will help. And so, as I get ready to get us up and running and started, I'm going to just get a safe space created, and then we can get into the list. So, yeah, please do put in your requests in capitals, and I've tried to take note of a few people just prior to starting, and yeah, excited to get through your readings. It'll be a little bit different today. I'm going to open up our Akashic records, and so when I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for you, I'll be connecting with the Akashic records, which are part of the records across all space and time, which is really exciting. So looking forward to working through that with you. So when you're ready, if you'd like to begin with me, we'll begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain at this time, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any low vibration, energy, or emotion that no longer serves your highest good, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. And so, from the divine spark in the center of your heart, extend a light cord up through the top of your head, up through the roof of your home or wherever you are right now, up through into the sky, going higher and higher through the dimensions of this universe until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe, and there connecting your light cord into the source of love, expanding out your light cord, feeling that oneness, that unity, that feeling of unconditional love, that feeling of home. Remain connected in to source and extend your light cord down to the stars and to the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, from the center of your heart, this time extend your light cord down through the roots of your spine, going all the way down, deeper and deeper into the ground, all the way down through the layers of this planet until you reach the very core, Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. Remain connected to Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above and Mother Gaia below, expand out your golden bubble of protective light from the center of your heart, about 2 meters out to each side, above and below, and in front and behind you. And we set the intention for each of our golden bubbles that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good and our love and our compassion can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave us immediately. Into our golden bubbles, we invite in our spirit guides, our higher selves. We invite in our ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And we ask for their assistance in our protection, our clearing, our healing, our readings, and also our access to the Akashic records today. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble around all those in the live stream and in the replay that have the highest good, love and intention, compassion for all, and that choose to enter this space. And I set the intention that only energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. All other energies and entities must leave this session space immediately. I invite in our guides, our ancestors, our higher selves. I invite in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And we are here today to assist all those that make requests. For your requests of past life healing, readings, and clearings. And that as I call you forwards, that your guides, your higher self, and yourself will step forwards and give me permission to whatever task you have tasked me with. And before we get started, I'm going to also open up the Akashic Records access within this space. And to do so, I call on the Ascended Masters, our archangels, Archangel Metatron, and I ask permission to open up the Akashic Records, to enter the Akashic Library, to be able to access whoever gives me permission in today's session to perform a reading, clearing, or healing on them. And that when I call forwards their book of their relevant lifetime, that they are ready to receive these readings, clearings, and healings that best serve their highest good in this present life, in this now moment. And these Akashic records are private only to those that have requested access and to myself, other than the messages that we share publicly. And once I am done, I promise to close the Akashic records. Fantastic. I'm just stepping up into, it feels like the seventh dimensional Akashic records. Archangel Metron has just opened up the door for me and I've stepped inside. And he's just saying that I also have permission to go to the lower vibrations also. So lower dimensions, fifth, fourth, third. Okay. Well, it's an honor to connect with you all this time. A quick update for me. I am, as you can feel free to put in your requests. I am busy working through delivering the Higher Self foundational training. It's on so we just started week 7 of 8. I can't believe it's almost over for that class. That's the 3rd class this year. And we had an amazing time introducing everyone to their spirit guides. And that just went so fabulously and it was amazing. I created a little spreadsheet. In fact, for the members, they can see that as a web page on the members area, all my guides that I met, where they're from, who they are, what their names are, what their superpowers are. And other members have been doing that too. So that's been a lot of fun. The intermediate training, we've just passed week 3, and that's been working through teaching so many things, how to do enhanced protection, how to do past life healing and clearing, very much what we're doing today. Being able to do things like remove negative entities, learning about the more powerful entities such as demonic entities, and how to just starting with some of the basics about how to best protect yourself and what are the warning signs. And then we're also tomorrow, so today's Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're going to do a practice as a membership group. So this is every member. And if you're a member and you're watching, including Viviane, there's like a whole practice we're going to do together. And I'm probably going to break up the membership group into different rooms so that they can go in together and practice different things. Some people want to practice past life regression and healing, and others want to practice clearing homes, etc. So that would be really fun to create those rooms and do those tasks in parallel. So I'm excited for that. Um, and yeah, I'm also excited. So there's a change for this format. We'll either be we'll probably change this Tuesday session to Mondays and Thursdays. And so that will allow me to do in-person sessions next Tuesday. It has to be Tuesday that I'm doing in-person sessions in Haddington. Thank you, Viviane. I'm glad you're enjoying the class, and you're fantastic. um, so yeah, that's super exciting. And Yancey's asking, will the next higher self foundational training completion be followed by 2025 intermediate training class? Yeah, I haven't scheduled the next one. The next intermediate training is in October. So I think you'll be too early for that. Um, so I suspect it'll be a couple months um, after October, November, December. Yeah, it might be into something like January, but I'll let you know, Yancy. And also it depends on um, people usually need a bit of time of integration. You know, once you learn all these things, you need time to integrate the knowledge, and it takes a lot, right? Your mind kind of is blown by many of the experiences. So yeah, my feeling is that it's helpful to have at least a couple months in between training. This first run of the intermediate training have had what is it? April, May, June, July, June. So yeah, about 3-4 months in between, which certainly felt good for them. Well, we should get started. I am coming to you live today from Zoom, and I was trying it out because I wanted to see what it'd be like to be able to actually go live with other people more easily. And Viviane was also suggesting StreamYard, um, so I may be looking into that as well. So anyway, these requests are piling up, and time is cracking on. So let's get started. And hello to everyone. I'm just going to do a quick run of hellos because I'm never amazing at keeping up with them. So hello to Millie, Mr. Floyd. Hey, I managed to get Zoom working. Horses Trigger Hope, Lottie B, Gray, of course, Viviane, Harley, LP, Carl, um, Joyce, hello, Teresa, Rosie, um, Hypnosty, hello, Angela, Heaney, hello, um, Sylvia, hello. It's fun catching up with you all. Nathan, hello. And I think I've said horses trigger hope. Yancy, hello. Um, hello, Kieran and Campfire Music. Hello. I'm washing dishes as I listen. Yay. That's fantastic. I love that. I often sing a lot when I'm washing dishes. Younging Bands, hello. And so yeah, there's lots of you. Thank you for coming along. So yeah, let's get started. And I think we have a little list. I'll just go down to the bottom and scroll back up because the amazing Viviane has put together a list. So we got Leah, Carl, Millie, Mr. Floyd, Karma. Is that Horses Trigger Hope? I should know all this by now. Um, and then I've got Lottie, B, Gray, and then I'm just going to take a copy and paste the rest. Gray, LP, quite a few more. Okay, great. Well, that's plenty to get started with. Let me just grab a glass of water. Okay, so the first person. So for Leah, you've asked for a clearing, healing for wrist surgery. And this is for your left wrist to heal. And you haven't asked for a past life healing. This is your current wrist. So I'll just stick to that, but just say hello in the chat. Leah, just say hello if you're here. And if you do want me to check in on past lives, because often our wounds or injuries in this lifetime, even new ones, are linked to past life patterns. But if you give me permission, I'll take a look at your past life. But for now, I'll just do your current lifetime. So just asking Leah, your higher self, and one of your guides to step forwards. I was shown your wrist. I can't see myself, so hang on. Your wrist was almost like it was like almost like it felt like it was shattered, like you'd knocked it. Um, and let me take a look at it. And I'm just scanning up very gently. It's like I'm holding your hand. I'm scanning up from the fingertips. Okay. Yeah, I see like feels like bruising on the back of the hand, some of the tendons, and then onto the wrist. I'm bringing a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source. I'm just bringing it down, all the way down through Leah's body, setting the intention to clear and to heal, to energize, all the way down to your left wrist. Ora te si meo toro muyo wa. May this wrist, hand, and arm heal with this infinite love of source energy. I immediately felt heat as I was doing that, and it feels like there's just a little resistance to the healing. The Not so much resistance to me, but resistance perhaps to the understanding of what happened. And so, yeah, I feel that for you, Leah, it's important to be able to see the bigger picture, to see that everything in our lives, no matter how harsh and terrible they are, that they happen for a reason. And so, yeah, um, please do take a look at the circumstances that happened, the effect that it's had on your life, and then it feels like that'll help with the healing process as well. As we all co-create our realities, even the most horrific things that happen to us, and so it's really important to reflect on those, and it helps our bodies heal. It helps us really connect with um, the taking the ownership of our challenges, and then as we realize that these are lessons for ourselves, it allows the healing to happen much faster. Okay, good. And then just taking that energy back up into the heart and down through the root chakra, down into the ground. Good. I hope that helps, Leah. I've not seen you in the chat, but you did request this. And if you're watching back in the replay, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, I do have Carl next. I think there was some conversation there. When you called, you can type what he needs. Carl, yes. So you're called, Carl. Um, and I just had a reading noted for you. And let me know a bit more. Is this a past life reading that you would like? I'd love to do lots. um, and yeah, let me know how I can best help at this time. May have a message from the masters for this week. Hope whatever's blocking money to me will be cleared. Okay. Okay, Carl. So just asking Leah to step back and her guides to step back. And now for Carl, a message for the masters, sorry, from the masters about what might be blocking money and may it be cleared. So just asking Carl and your guides, your higher self to step forwards. And you've not said the words past life, so I'm not going to access the Akashic records looking backwards, but there is, I was picking up already on what's happening in the present to do with money in the Akashic records for you. So there's this trace, Carl, where I can only describe it as like the flow of money into your life at the moment, into this now moment, is like constrained, is kind of shrunk down. And it's fascinating because as I look back to previous lives, and I'm not looking there yet because you've like if you say yes, John, please look at your past lives, I will. But as I just see this like trace going off into the distance, and what happens with that channel, that stream or river of money, is that it's expanding. It's expanding to previous lives where you've been used to greater abundance. Um, so let me take a look. I'm seeing like these. It's like gold. I keep seeing gold coins and this flow into this lifetime. What is it that's blocking or constraining Carl at this time? Self love. Okay. And doubt. Um, it might feel sometimes counterintuitive to hear this, Carl. The message I'm getting for you, Carl, is that your 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 present lifetime, this now moment, you are struggling with self love, and as a result, you're. It's like this. As a result, uh, your ability to receive abundance is massively constrained, and it's a bit like your um, how to describe it, you're worried, like your subconscious and your higher self are worried about you taking on more money until you solve this self-love challenge. um Now I say solve, it's more like it's a growth journey, building up your self-love. And is there anything I can do to help at this time? Your higher self is saying, well, you could try and give Carl self-love, very sarcastically. um so yeah, it's very much a practice for you, Carl, is to you can do what I'm doing just now, like place your hands on your heart first thing in the morning and say, when you first see yourself in the mirror, the first words you say, and really feel into this and say, Carl, I love you. Thank you. I love your body. I love all of these fantastic opportunities in my life to grow each day. And I'm excited for the day. And that I allow all the abundance that is ready for me. I open up my heart and my solar plexus to receive. And yeah, I was just seeing those gold coins, as you were saying, John. You're onto something. Is that there's this this aspect of your solar plexus and opening that up. Like there's this link between the sun and these golden coins, like flowing through your life. The golden coins are previous currency from previous lives, but they're it's like this abundance is ready to flow into you. And you've asked, will loving my cats more constitute self love? Simple answer, no. um, your self love has to be developed by yourself. And so you have to give yourself love each day. And you have to, if you choose to, that's if you choose to grow your self love. And also self care. Self care is a fantastic way of showing yourself that you love yourself like you would a partner. um, you know, and whenever you find yourself in negative self-talk, you know, try and catch yourself and realize what you're doing and perhaps take the moment for some self-care and some tenderness for yourself. Um, and increasing your self love, and I feel like I'm talking to everyone, including myself now, is that the more you can love yourself, the more productive you are in life, the more you attract relationships and opportunities that meet your frequency. It's a frequency of love and gratitude, and it's very empowering. And so it's a practice. I say those words to myself each morning. I say, John, I love you. Just before I shave in the morning, I like smile at myself in the mirror, and I hold my hand on my heart, and I really focus on filling myself with love. Um, so yeah, I hope that helps. So thank you, Carl, and thank you to Viviane. I think we have an updated list. So next we have Millie. Millie, hello. Welcome, and let me know in the chat if you're still here. I think you are. You just posted a few minutes ago. And with Millie, you're asking for clearing of past life trauma. If there's anything else you'd like to share publicly, it's up to you. And I'm just going to call forwards your higher self. So Millie's higher self, your guides, and Millie. And I'd also like to call forwards the Akashic records for Millie at this time and set the intention to perform a clearing on any previous life that will benefit Millie the most at this time. There's a lot of energy here. So it feels very much like a kind of Harry Potter style library that I'm looking at, and I'm seeing these corridors down either side, and they're all shuffling around, and the books are flying around between the shelves. And there's one book. It's like the heaviest book is the heaviest, darkest book is busy making its way to me for you, Millie. Any trauma, including this life, of course. Okay, so I'm just going to take a look at this book. So there's often a lot of information just on the outside cover, just like we have of the books in our 3D reality. Just the weight of this book is dense. And that's the first thing that's communicated with me. There is some writing and there's some symbols. Let me see if I can read what's on the cover. It says, "To whom I am departed." To whom I am departed. It's like a book for you, Millie. In that it's quite hard to understand that grammatically, but as I understand it, it means that it is the heaviness of it seems concentrated in one lifetime in particular, and that it's being addressed to you in this lifetime. So thank you for calling this forwards. And I'm just going to open this book and ask to be taken to the page where this past life clearing is required. So I'm seeing you, Millie. Um, it's quite graphic. Okay, so just prepare yourself and everyone that's listening. You're standing you're standing on the top of a fire and you're tied to a stake. The fire's not lit, and you're in, where is this? This is like, it feels like a village, but it's just not that many people. It is a couple of hundred people in front of them. Just this really uneasy feeling, a really horrible feeling of what's about to happen. And it's, to describe it, what this past life version of you is experiencing, Millie, is that it feels worse than death. It feels like death would be alone would be easier. And there's a there's like a judge step back. So there's a clearing, there's a circle around you cleared for the fire. And then there's this other woman next to the judge. And so the judge is like listing off all the crimes that you've supposedly done. And none of these seem to resonate with you. They're they feel like just lies or, exaggerations. But this woman that's standing next to the judge, um, she's getting ready to perform, I can only describe as like dark magic. And what it feels like she's building up to do is she's going to try and call in all of the negative energy from everyone in the crowd, and there's a lot, and including herself. And what she wants to do is to then transfer all this negative energy onto you, and then they plan to burn you. And the idea of the punishment is that it holds in this dark energy in you and in your soul, and it affects your future incarnations. And I'm just asking Archangel Michael for the best advice. I've already seen some ideas about how we can stop this and clear it. Okay, fascinating. So the good or bad news, depending on how you look at it, is to the still allow the death to happen, Millie. But right after the death, we're going to take away all that negative energy, and we're going to give it back to those in that very same space and time. We're going to return it back to the senders. And this feels like the safest thing to do, for in part due to because the fact we're doing this on a live stream, and that it's not always the safest place to do such intense work. But also, it does feel like your soul wanted to experience, although your past life incarnation did not want to experience this. Um, your soul did want to experience this burden just temporarily, and then allow it to be returned back to the senders. So I'm just asking Archangel Metatron just to help me take forwards this lifetime. It's not very long. It's just about 30 minutes. Okay, just after your death. Okay, interesting. And your 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 light body of that incarnation has risen up and is currently looking over your dead body and across the rest of the crowd. And you're finding it's like weighing you down, like you can't you can't return to source. So that's what we're going to help with. Okay. So I'm bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source, and I'm placing it around this previous incarnation of you, Millie. And I set the intention to remove anything that does not serve your highest good and return it back to those who gave it to you in this past life, present moment. Tarai Naroturu Nara. And it is done. And I'm allowing your previous life to return back to source, which is what you had wished at that time. And allowing this page of this book to now close. And the book already feels incredibly light, so much lighter. And then I'm just allowing that book to close and returning it back to the library. And for your present version of you, Millie, I just want to check in on you. There's something you learn to do in this life, Millie, which is the reason your soul chose that experience is so that you can it feels like something you'll actually do in the future. I don't think it's something you'll do quite yet, but you'll allow yourself to experience these challenges of being given negative energy and traumas from others, and then send it back to to others. And you'll be able to teach other people how to do this in the future. It feels like something for the future. So yeah, if you're interested, feel free to come back to another live stream, or to book me in for a session. We could go into more detail. But yeah, I feel that's already more than enough for you just now. There's a lot of work just being done on you. So I hope that helps you. Thank you, Millie. And just let me know in the chat how that went. Okay. Let me look back at the list. I'm just double checking it aligns with mine. Yes, it does. Something strange is happening. um, with my mouse pointer. Oh, Millie, absolutely, eternally grateful. My honor, and thank you, brave soul. Thank you for, your soul knows exactly what I was going to do. Right, you're the one doing it. I'm just the messenger. So thank you. Um. So, yes, it is Mr. Floyd Channelings. Hi there, past life clearing, please. And yes, I was already getting something through for you, Mr. Floyd. Let me take a look and see. Calling forward, Mr. Floyd, and your higher self. And also one of your guides. Okay. And then for this past life clearing, I'm asking in the Akashic records for Mr. Floyd's. I know your real name. I'll just use whatever names people share. I know many of you know you, but I'll keep going with Mr. Floyd. But I'm using this. I'm using your actual name when I'm asking for the Akashic records. It's this book that's coming forwards to me for your lifetime. It's a very sacred book, Mr. Floyd. It's very light, and there's this very yellow, bright, like a golden color, and it's got lots of sparkles around the outside. Let's take a look at this. And the book itself that I'm holding wants to, feel me to feel the energy, which is really lovely, just to embrace that, and wants me to communicate this energy. So it's a very golden lifetime. I can hear you hear your past life in there talking to me. So I'm just going to open up the book and take a look inside. And as the pages of this book of your past lives are like flicking through, and they're being taken back to Atlantis. And I keep hearing Golden Age. It was towards the end of Atlantis that this past life moment is that we're being taken to. And I see you in this. I describe it as like a golden palace. It's not all gold. It's very tall. It reminds me a bit of a cathedral, but it's quite high up. You're quite high up in a tower, and this golden tower has a very like crystalline feel to it. Like it's a mix of um, really beautiful energies. You you see in that past life, and I see you as your how to describe you as a master, as like an ascended master. And you see for the first time the future of the gray alien race, this future timeline of the human race, and how for the first time you see it coming to an end, coming to a dead end. That in those moments, in those trajectories of those timelines that you witnessed ahead of you, is that our descendants, if you like, of the the great aliens, the Zetas, are at that time you felt that they were going to become extinct. And I just see this like there's this, how to describe it, almost like a frustration and a rage in you, like you're really annoyed about what's happening. And yes, Josh, thank you. You are you're saying like, how can this be? How can this be? And I feel I just see you like pacing around. There's something very captivating about that space and time. I feel like you have awareness of me being here, and I've not stepped into the page of the book. I'm just looking through and I'm just reading this page and watching the visual in your Akashic record book. And what is the clearing here that's required? You keep saying broken universe. You keep saying this is a broken universe. How can a functioning universe, with such a loving race of humans, and then our including our descendants, our um, Zeta aliens, as we often describe them, as our descendants, how can they come to an end because of their never never ending how do you describe it, like a um this constant narrowing of their gene pool and their DNA. But it's not just that, it's the one of the reasons that you believed that they would end, that species would come to an end, was because they'd lost their ability to ascend. They had lost their genetic capability to do so. And I feel like at that moment you swore with your soul, you said that you would do everything you could to help save that race. And there was this tight coupling formed between yourself and the Gralians. And what I'm hearing is that it's time for you to let go, and to let what will be for that race. And I do feel it's good news. It's not releasing them to their doom for sure. If anything, it's helping release you and them into unconditional surrender and to the magic and the possibilities of this universe. And I feel like it's great news, as I do constantly see more and more examples of the great aliens going through awakenings. I'm just asking your past life version of you, Josh, to allow this clearing. And it's this cord cutting, it's really heavy cord. It's huge. It's like across multiple chakras from you. Dara moto titiramaya. May we release these cords now. Toro marainaro. To allow source and the universe and the free will of every being to come into play, and to allow the best outcomes for all. Tataramio toro sonoa. And we cut these cords at this time and release any attached energy down through Atlantis into Earth. Toro. Archangel Michael, please return to source. We'll never return here again. It feels a lot lighter. I hope that helps, Josh, Mr. Floyd. Um, and I'm just closing down your book now and sending it back to the records. Thank you. And yeah, let me know how that went for you. And thank you for your service to everything, to everyone. Um, and yeah, hello to everyone that's joining. Hello to Kaylee. And uh, Has anyone else joined that I haven't said hello to? Maybe, I'm not sure. So, uh, oh, goodbye, Angela. Um, yeah, apologies we didn't get to your. It would be a few more requests till we got to yours, but yeah, please do come along on Thursday. I'll be back. So next it's karma. Horses trigger hope, and you ask for a reading, healing, and clearing of Akashic record. Um, oh, Leah, good luck with your surgery. I hope that healing helps. Let me know how you get on. Okay, so just asking for karma to step forwards. I'm just asking Josh as guides to step back. Your higher self, step back. Thank you. Okay, for karma, it's asking you to step forwards. Your higher self and one of your guides. There's very beautiful, angelic energy coming through, very light. Um, and so I'd like to ask for the Akashic Records, the most relevant book to be retrieved from the library to assist karma at this time for reading, healing, and clearing of a lifetime past, present, or future that will help her in this present moment at this time. So this book that's come forwards, and I was just holding out my hand, Karma. This book is in the shape of a heart, and it as it landed on my left hand, it just gently floated down, and it was really beautiful. So I'm never sure if you can see my hands. It gently floated down, um, and that was that was really lovely to experience. So thank you for that gift. And I'm just trying to read what this the title of this Akashic record book is for you, Karma. And it says it's the heart of all of your lifetimes. So it's the heart of your soul. And wow, thank you for trusting me with your heart of so many lifetimes. And I'm hearing there's a lifetime where your heart was broken that we're going to be taken to. So I'm just gently opening up the book of your heart, the heart of your soul, and now just allowing the pages to take me many, many lifetimes. And I was seeing, as we were flicking through lifetimes, I was just seeing that some of those lifetimes you were a horse, and then you came on to be a unicorn. And that's where we're settling in on a unicorn lifetime. Okay. There are numbers to the pages of your lives. This is lifetime 1069. It was a lifetime that your soul was very much excited about because you were forming strong bonds with another partner, and there was something you were doing together. You were as unicorns. It feels like you were in Scotland. It is our national animal, and I could just see you. There was something about your hearts that when you connected, you individually use your horns as these resonance frequency, like tuning forks, and to like sing these beautiful frequencies that hold the vibration of this, at the time, a fifth dimensional Scotland. And you were being hunted as a species. You would stand on the top of the mountains and also the Munros, like the highest highlands, and you would sing to each other and hold frequency um between your horns, between each of you. There were many of you, into the thousands, and you're a very high vibration. You're, if we were to see you right now, many of us that are in the third dimension would look up and see a kind of semi-transparent, almost like a ghost, but you know, not in distress or not a lost ghost, but very much like a living being. And I could just see that there was this thing you were doing. You were trying to find your frequency match, and that you together you'd work with another unicorn. And there was this I describe it like this entanglement, like this pairing, this connection between two frequencies, these harmonic frequencies that you would hold. And you spent a long time in that lifetime, many years, looking forward and searching for that frequency match. And when you found it, you were so excited, but you never got to meet this love, this match, because you were both being hunted and you were also several hundred miles away from each other. And by the time you were able to get to them, they had already been injured. It feels like people, this is just on just about 1,000 years ago, something like 955 years ago, and that you were you were being hunted, and your soul chose this experience because your soul wanted you to experience what it feels like to achieve that frequency match, but also to understand that at that time the unicorns were hunted to stop the ascension uh, of the planet, stop that fifth dimensional bubble being held in Scotland. And I feel like you, like, even that incarnation of you knew that this could happen. Um, okay, and what is the healing? How can we best heal at this time? To allow your heart to be whole, regardless of the frequencies of others. Okay, so you gave away part of your heart at that time, and you were heartbroken. I feel like you gave this other unicorn, your potential partner, part of your heart in an attempt to revive them. So it's time to take that back. It didn't help them, unfortunately, and it has hurt you through to this lifetime, like this missing part of your heart. I see it on like the upper left of your heart, and it's quite a small area. It's about maybe 10% the size of your heart, but 10% still significant, if anything. So I'm just going to reach into this being through the Akashic record and give you back your heart, Karma. And just asking you in that lifetime to hold that piece of your heart, and in this lifetime, hold that piece of your heart together as one, to bring in this highest dimension of source love energy, and to complete this healing. And you can hold your hand on your heart as I do this. May all of your parts be returned whole as one. Good. I hope that helps you. I'm just going to close your book now and return your heart to your soul and to the Akashic records. And I hope that helps you, Karma. Thank you for asking. And I haven't been caught up with the chat, but Viviane is saying sip, sip, and I'm going to drink a little bit of water. And yeah, just acknowledging Leah, like, best of luck with your surgery. I hope that goes well. Thank you for everyone's kind love and support. You're always so supportive of each other, and it's so beautiful to see. Um, And I think Michelle was there, uh, who's coming back as well. Lovely to see you. Lottie is next. That's right. Thank you, Lottie B. Past life clearing and healing. I'm just going to take a couple of notes. I do feel for Karma that the the unicorns are coming back. If they're not already back, it feels like they're very much back in Scotland. I keep seeing glimpses of them, and they're really beautiful. So for Lottie B, I'm asking your higher self, your guide, to step forwards, and then also I call on the Akashic record for Lottie B at this time to assist her the most with a clearing and healing for past life. Interesting. It's a wooden book that's been given to me, and this wooden book, I mean, it's like it feels like it's kind of made of like a log cut flat, and I feel like when I'm going to open it, that it almost feels like instead of a book pages, it's going to be like there's an object in it. Um, and it's got like some metal clasps, like these little golden clasps around the outside to just open it up. Let me just see if there's any writing on this. And there's a title like this message on the outside of this book, and it says for Lottie B, love from your soul. Very exciting. Um, so yeah, let's see. Let's open up and see what's in here. And what's inside? So I see this like rectangular opening in the woods. So it's really like a little containing box. And within this container, I saw, now I've never seen um, a third eye separate to a being before. And so it was like I'm seeing like this kind of this like walnuts, like this uh pine, almost like a somewhere between a walnut and a pine cone, seeing the pineal gland, which is your third eye. And then just in case I wasn't sure what that was, I'm also being shown two eyes next to it. Um, and you would think that seeing body parts is like would be a horrible experience, but there's something very beautiful about it. It feels like this has been missing from this lifetime, but it's something that you've been holding holding on to. Ah, and these are soul gifts. How lovely, a gift from the soul. It's a gift back from your soul to you. And I'm just going to ask, is there a specific lifetime this comes from? Can we know anything about the past? And the short answer is no, not for me to ask, but for you, Lottie, to be able to ask like where your third eye comes from. And it's because as I'm going to help integrate this back into your present version of you, you will be able to look yourself, and it's not going to be hard for you. Like you're going to be able to see clearly where this came from. And you're saying, wow, yes, it is very exciting. Okay, so let me take a look. How do we do this? Your guide is saying, well, you take the third eye, you pick it up, and you put it into Lottie. And I'm like, okay, thank you. That's fantastic help. So that's literally what I'm going to do. So let me just pick up very gently your third eye. And I'm just holding it in a protective bubble so that I don't in any way contaminate it or cause it any harm. and I'm just being asked to like study it more closely. And I, it's a really funny experience staring at someone else's third eye with such detail, but I can see like all the texture, like these ridges on it. I'm being drawn to imagine like a pine cone, and then there's these like these outside layers, these ridges, and they how to describe these ridges, like they're almost like rings that go around the outside of the pine cone of the pineal gland, and it looks like there's this is to do with frequencies and setting frequency waves, and it relates to your ability, Lottie, to be able to focus your attention on a frequency and receive the sight across space and time and dimensions. So frequency at that set frequency. So it feels like you could say something like let me do something like look back at the lifetime about where my third eye came from. And in that, when you set that destination, it sets a frequency. Excuse me. Um, and then you can work back in time to do any healing or whatever it is that you want to work on, or you want to see what was going on then. I think a couple of you were getting annoying pop-ups or adverts. Oh, it's so annoying. Apologies for that. Apologies if that's happening for you. Love from YouTube. Sometimes I get like a warning where I can control that and stop it. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Um, but yeah, let me take a look. Yeah, and I'm just going to take this now and place Lottie into your third eye to Lottie. Bring down a golden light from the highest dimension of source. Fantastic. It's just like clicking, almost like locking into place. It reminds me a bit like a safe when you turn the dial and it's like clicking into place. And it's to do with these ridges that you have. Oh, that's really beautiful. So I'm just being told that's really it for now. To to really focus on uh allowing that integration to continue to happen, Lottie. And yeah, just enjoy the gift that you're given. Um, to it's the third eye is all about receiving, and so you can do, excuse me, you can do things like just allow yourself to go into meditation, focus on opening your third eye and receiving visuals, and you can set intentions whether you want to see your past lives or you want to see any of your spirit guides. You can do that. So I hope that that helps you. And the reason I say these things is because as a fellow human, I find it often hard to, seeing feels like a doing thing, but it's not. Seeing is receiving. You just need to set the intention about what you want to see. And so I hope that helps. I'm just returning your book. Fantastic. Um, that's amazing. I will. Yeah, I think Lottie. So I will somewhere have, if you go to the trainings and meditations on my website, jonbinnie.com, I have tons of free meditations, and there's definitely one for the third eye. Um, and so, yeah, I'd encourage you to take a look. If there's not, well, it's a good opportunity for me to do one. So thank you for that. Um, and Viviana, you're saying John C question from, is it Callie? Uh, at 11:58 my time. I can't see the timestamps. That's annoying. Will it show me? Oh, here we go. Oh, but I don't know what time zone. Uh, I think. We're 5 hours apart, so it's 5 p.m. my time. And I think you're just asking about your name. Your name is actually Elsa. Sorry, Alyssa. Um, does it make a difference? The price of fame. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. I'll keep an eye out for any. Sometimes I get pop ups that say, "Hey, do you want people to experience an advert?" It's like, no, I don't want them to experience an advert. Um, so I'll keep an eye out for any of those that I get prompts. I can just skip those. I'm sure I can figure out how to turn it off in the future. Um, so next on the list is Gray. Yep, that's right. And Gray is looking for a reading. Gray, let me know if you're still here. Let me just get some water. Oh, yeah, it's saying skip ads. I will skip ads. There you go. I'm going to try and do these. Yeah, Gray's next. Thank you. Let me know, Gray, if you're here. Yes. And I love the hearts and angel wings. So I'm going to start to pick up pace because I've got quite a few to catch up on now. Okay, so for Gray, a reading is asking your guides and your higher self, step forwards. I'm just being drawn to your heart. There's a theme of self love. Great for you to focus on self love. I it's it of course it's hard for me to uncouple the name Gray and then the colors gray, but I just saw this like heaviness, not like darker than that darkest gray hearts that you're showing me, but there was just this heaviness in your heart. If you want me, I can do a quick healing and clearing and just take that away. But if not, let me know. But yeah, my advice, if it's just for reading, my advice is to for you, Gray, to focus on your self love and to practice that as we are describing to Carl earlier. Practice putting a hand on your heart and saying, telling yourself how much you love yourself each morning. It often makes me laugh when I do it to myself each day because it's a funny thing to do. And it's a lovely thing. And say it out loud and mean it. And all those acts of self care that will help. Um, and I also do have like self love meditations on my website. So you might find them under, I think there might be a couple. There's definitely some under my mindfulness meditations and then also the spirit guide meditations, which are more similar to the work I'm doing just now. Excuse me. Okay. Well, let's move on. Um, so I think next it was LP from my last copy and paste. Is that right? Vivian, is it LP next? Next is LP, Joyce, and so that's what I wanted to mention so that you can put um, Alyssa on the list. Okay. And I'm not sure, so LP says, I'm not sure if I need a heart healing, but whatever you feel called to do, John. I've been meditating a lot as per your recommendation for my heart chakra. Fantastic. So just asking LP, step forwards, your guides and your higher self. What I'm seeing for you, it's funny. Like I see you sat in meditation, and really curiously is this, there's this transformation happening in you, LP. There's a, um, there's this situation where how to describe it, uh, your upper chakras have this really beautiful glow. So your your crown and your third eye and your throat chakra, and then it comes in at your heart. And this shape that I'm seeing is like part of your daily practice. And so you're being guided to bring in those lower chakras as well in your practice. And this includes just a little bit of study about what they're for. Um, your solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra, and also including in your practice the healing and clearing of those chakras. This is it's not like you're I don't feel like there's some horrible thing waiting for you in there. It's more that as you're developing your practice to expand this out. And yeah, please do keep up your fantastic work of your meditations. And there's, I think, probably one of the most in-depth, beyond like joining my training courses, like the higher self foundational training, one of the most in-depth free meditations is the 14-day uh, negative energy and entity removal challenge. So that those sets of meditations include, I think, almost a 30-minute like chakra scan. And it's a really good way, you don't have to have negative energies or entities to clear to go through them. So I hope that helps you. So thank you for that. Um, and Gray, you were asking, was it an Akashic reading? Um, no, I didn't go um, into your Akashic records, but I have had to speed up. So I'm just going with what's guided, and that felt strong for you at this time in terms of your heart. Okay, and LP, you're saying Mercury is kicking me, being a Leo rising, and yeah, and it's the sign of Leo. That's right, double whammy. And YouTube is constantly pestering me now for adverts, which I keep skipping. Um, okay, so who's next after LP? You just let me know in the chat. I'm not sure if it's um, Alyssa or not. Yeah, if your question doesn't get answered, please come back. Or Joyce is next. Thank you. Okay, and Joyce, let us know if you're here and what you would like today. Hello, Joyce. Yeah, let me know how I can help. Past life healing, clearing, reading. And if you know, let me know when I first shout out your name. I think there was a delay of 20 seconds between us, but yeah, if you just let me know, I will get onto it. In the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'll just ask for your guides and your higher self to step forwards, Joyce. Okay, good. A clearing or what's best. Thank you. It does feel like the Akashic records are being drawn to. And just as I connected with you, Joyce, like you were showing yourself as very tall and very strong. This warrior energy. It feels quite you feel quite Nordic, and it's this like lifetime they've been drawn to. So let me just ask for your book to be shown in the Akashic records. It's really funny. So what's been given to me is like a helmet, a Viking helmet, and it's this big like um, it's it's like a steel helmet, steel framed. It's quite unusual. It feels like it's quite advanced. Interesting. It does have some furs on the outside. Is that, and I'm just like flipping it up, flipping this helmet upside down. So it's expecting a book. But as I look inside, it's quite advanced. I'm seeing like light codes written on the inside. So like down the inside rim. And what do these light codes do? So this is the actual book itself. Oh, I'm being told if I just like I'm just meant to do this action, like kind of swish around the helmet, like pretending that there's liquid inside, and it'll manifest the images inside. This is what the light codes do. And this is a sacred activation. These codes are codes that your soul has written and put in place. You wore them, you earned them in that lifetime. This goes back over 2,000 years ago. You're a warrior. I'm seeing from Norway, like from South Norway. You explored, and you also you were um, describe you as a healer, but also like an oracle, like very wise, and you do a lot of teachings when you landed in different places. And so this is like an activation. So if you place this on your head, then it'll help you with your regaining this ancestral knowledge back from your previous life, being able to heal others and to help others and yourself. I see you sitting with the land and other people and the stars, and you're talking about connection with nature. There's just so much there. It's really beautiful. So let me just take this now and place it on your head. And we call forwards all of this superpower, of this gift of Joyce. O tirama ara tot sonoro mora tiea. And it's ancient wisdom and knowledge and healing and abilities to be restored back into this lifetime as Joyce. Ta simiro toromua. And encouraging all those codes to enter every part of your body. Each code is destined for like a different chakra, like they're activating different parts of you, including your hands as well. Good. And your guide has taken over from me and is like holding that now. So that's really beautiful. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to hear how that goes, Joyce. A very powerful, a very interesting um, upgrade. So I hope that helps you at this time. And yeah, to schedule a private session, yes, please do. JonBinnie.com. And I even have a book now button, which has made it really easy. Uh, and so who is next after Joyce, please? Oh, I'm just catching up with the list. Next is after Joyce, I think is Rossi. So Rossi, thank you. And then it's Angela and Hypnosty. Okay, Rossi, let me invite forward your higher self and your guides. It's really interesting. I'm seeing around you, Rossi's like this, how to describe it, like it reminds me of like the visual I see is similar to the teleporters what were they called? The transporters in Star Trek, especially the very early, like the original Star Trek series. But the difference is this energy is like flowing around you, and you feel like you're being held in um a containment field, but it's very supportive. It is a technology I understand to be that of a med bed or medical bed, and it's being used right now around you to support your ascension. Your guide is pointing in and showing these like links up between your chakras. There's these. It's to support the activation of each of the chakras. Okay, and this chain is important. It's an important message to share that there's this flexibility between each of your chakras as part of your DNA upgrades. So great flexibility, but at the same time, it's like you mean they're 1960s flip phones? Um, the I'm showing that without that containment field, it's like you'd kind of be like a jellyfish and kind of like energetically fall over, like it would damage you. And so it's there at the moment, circling around, cycling. That's a good word, cycling around you to hold you in position, and it's allowing I like see the helix of your DNA, like this double stranded helix, like weaving up and strengthening. Okay, good. And why are we being shown all this at this time? You're building this beautiful ability to be able to how to describe it, uh be be flexible and to be able to work well with the flowing energies of the ascension at this time. And so these galactic waves that are coming in, and they're very intense right now. Certainly yesterday was really intense for many, and they still feel like I really feel my pineal gland just now is quite acute at this time. And you're able to, Rossi, you're able to help. Yeah, I feel lots of activation is fantastic. Yeah, it's like there's transformation in you. But the key message for you is that you're becoming increasingly flexible, and this med bed, a containment field around you, this supporting, nurturing field, will automatically turn off when you're ready, and it's not long. It's in a number of days, into just a small number of weeks at most. It all depends on your progress. Encouraging you to have self love and self care. Yeah, to really look after yourself. And yeah, it's so exciting. I'm so excited to see, like, if you could teach us all how to surf these waves, that would be fantastic. And I feel like your energetic mobility will help many of us be able to take on these ascension waves more easily. So thank you for that. And I hope that those messages and experiences help you. Okay, so I think, did we lose Angela? Um, Angela was next. Angela left. Okay, that's a shame. So we're on to Hypnisty. Okay, and I did see some chat from you, Hypnisty. Thank you for requesting. And I'm just going to quickly scan through to see if you shared. What was the last thing you shared? I'm not sure, Hypnisty, but feel free to let me know. Um, a little surfer. I love that. Yeah, let me know, Hypnisty. A reading, clearing. You want me to take a look at your past lives? Just let me know. Meanwhile, I'll ask forwards. Um, yes, thank you, Rosie. That was really kind, and thank you everyone for being here, and thank you, Viviani, for taking such great care of us. So just asking for Hypnisty to step forwards and your guides your higher self. And your name, Hypnicity, is um, Nalani. I'm not great at pronouncing names. You can just pretend if I'm saying it wrong, it's my strange accent. Um, Nalani, okay. And I'm just going to ask to see the Akashic record that would help you the most at this time. First of all, I was shown that there are actually many books. Like, here we are, an hour and 26 minutes in. It's the first time I've seen multiple books shown. There's about 10 books, 10 different lifetimes that would help you. Um, okay, why are we being shown this? Just that there's more work for you to do. After this reading, there's more that you can do in the future. But we will be dealing with the top priority, like the most impactful past life at this time, and just asking to see your most impactful book. The book's kind of shuffled around a bit, and in the original order, this is book number 7 out of 10. So before I've even like really looked at the book or tried to connect with it in any way, what's being shown in this past life contained within this book is that there's no it's like you're standing 1 minute you're standing on a planet, and the next thing you look down and the planet's gone. Like you're standing on nothing, and you're looking down into this abyss of space, and it's quite terrifying for you. And this is because if I'm to open the book, or turn the book over, I'm being shown that there's no back to the book. And what happened here? This planet, you thought that this planet was destroyed, like your home world was destroyed, because you were still in existence, and you could still see the other planets in the sky and the stars and your sun. So you felt like you were at that time in the right place, but the planet itself had disappeared, and it was just gone, like just in an instant. And Nalani, it's definitely traumatic, and just holding space for that experience for you. What you later discovered was that the planet hadn't been destroyed, or at least not in its entirety. It had ascended, and it felt like you'd been left behind. And what's fascinating is that you could still live, you still survived. This being that you were was capable of living in space for at least a number of weeks. It feels like you would have just needed to find food and water. And yeah, there was some, like, you did have some sort of spacesuit. I don't think it was like quite as all encompassing as the ones us humans have, but it was enough to help support your life. It reminded me more of the suits you see, these G-force suits that pilots wear, military aircraft pilots. Um, and just this feeling, like how this anxiety affects you in this lifetime of worrying that you're going to be left behind in the ascension. And some of the guides are talking. Sorry, some of the archangels are talking together. There's a message for you, Nilani. Nilani, you are never left behind. Everything for a reason, and all of the pain that you are going through in this lifetime is for your soul's growth and for your learning, no matter how harsh and extreme and torturous these lessons in these past lives and in this life feel, you are growing rapidly. And there's a beautiful message for you to reflect on at this time, which is your ability to show others that no soul will ever be left behind in any ascension. Every soul gets to choose. And I'm just being shown towards the end of that lifetime, you were picked up. And it's really beautiful. Like there's this really angelic energy that came down from this. So your planet was still there. And when they realize, so when there are people, and I have some clients that do this, um, it's some of their superpowers, but there are beings that spend it is their mission to find those that may end up lost. And you were found in that past life, and you were brought back to your planet. You did choose to raise your vibration, and as you did, you caught up with the ascension, and you existed in the fifth dimension of that planet. And the same will happen in this planet, that you will, if you choose to, ascend, and you won't be left behind. And that one of your gifts from your personal learning of that experience is that you will help others not be left behind. You'll help find them and help them decide whether they stay in the existing version of Earth. And I don't feel like the third dimensional Earth dies. But if you're in the fifth dimensional Earth and you looked to the third dimensional Earth, it would seem like it had been destroyed in some respects because it no longer exists at that level, and vice versa. It's almost like a split that can't see each other. But there are beings, including many people in the chat just now, that will travel between both worlds. So thank you, Nalani. I hope that helps you, and I hope that your journey of never being left behind is helpful. And you said, I know of times in the Titanic, Arthurian and time with Madame Blavatsky. Curious as to other lives, have I drowned more than once? I feel like the answer is yes, but yeah, I'd have to spend more time to the question of drowned more than once. Yes, but yeah, there's more lives for you to explore for sure, and likely in that stack of 10. So I hope that helps you. Oh, and you're asking if it was Atlantis. I don't feel like it was. I feel like the experience that we just went through was in a different star system completely. But I hope it's and it's interesting that we didn't get a name or a location. And I think that seems to be important, that you could find out that name and location yourself. But there seems to be some, how to describe it, not secrecy, but just timing for you to receive it. Okay, Harley is next. Thank you, Nalani. Harley, let me know what you would like. A past life healing, clearing, activation. And I'm just asking Harley and her guides and her higher self to step forwards. Excuse me. as soon as I asked you to come forwards, Harley, there's this bear. Um, I describe it as perhaps like a spirit bear that comes forwards. And it was like my whole stomach was like growling. You have my permission to go into past, present, future, in between any universal, galactic, etc. life of mine, a clearing or healing on what I may still need. Thank you. And thank you for the emojis. Um, is there a significance to this bear at this time? Yeah, definitely powerful and very loving. Like I see you as very powerful, and you're showing me like these big paws, and like you're like the size of my head, and you're like holding your family and holding your loved ones close. And there's like a loving fierceness behind this, and a sense of playfulness too. I'm just calling forwards in the Akashic records how we can best help Harley, clearing, healing, and activation will best help her in this lifetime. So there's lots of visuals given to me even before like the book itself has been given. Um, and just let me just allow this book to at least be placed in my hands. Okay, it's a storybook. I'm being shown there's a location to this past life. It relates to northwest Canada and up towards Alaska. Like your lifetime, you moved around a bit in those areas. And what see what happens when I open this book. And just I very cold, icy rivers being shown, and you're a bear, Harley, and you're on this kind of ridge of the river, where on these rocks, and you're seeing you're catching salmon. Salmon are coming up. I'm hoping that there are salmon in that area, but there certainly was in this past life. And I can see you're being hunted, yeah, by humans. Like they're shooting at you because it's a place where bears. There's quite a few of you, and there's this hunter. I think it's just one. There had been multiple instances, but there's just this one hunter that kept coming back, and it was like it knew you, and it was hunting you and your family. This hunter, yeah, and it sadly killed one of your cubs, one of your children. This hunter, but you did manage to get to the hunter, and you killed the hunter. You ripped it apart. Well, fascinating. You saw your cub um shot and sent down the river. You don't like the cold now, and you'd had enough of it in the past, yeah. Um, and then you dived down in the river to head to try and see if your cub would survive. But what was fascinating was um, your cub survived. They seemed like they definitely were knocked out, and your cub was like shot in the arm, and you managed to pull your bear up, your cub up to the side. And there's just this feeling of like guilt, like you felt really bad for killing the hunter. Um, I mean, you can argue it would it the same hunter had come back for you multiple times because you were a very large bear, and it was you that it was after, and it was hoping that by injuring or killing one of your cubs, that it would have a chance of getting to you or capturing your one of your children, and I see you like enslaving the bear. But yeah, your cub was fine, and you went back up. You had three cubs, and you went back up to see the other two back to it, and it was also with the site of where you'd killed the hunter. And I feel like it's an opportunity for healing and reflection, and for you to feel into the understanding that there's this judgment that you placed on yourself. You were very harsh on yourself at that time, and you felt very bad. You never would have killed another living thing, um, even if it injured one you or your family. And it was also because when you killed it, it was in a rage. Okay, so I'm just going to send in healing at this time. to remove any cords that you have connected to that past life, to understand the reasons and motivations that you're protecting your family and just doing the best you could, and to allow this story to be told and this healing to be given. And I feel like the man has also allowed, has the hunter forgave you. The like hunter was on a whole different journey and was not on a very, he wasn't doing it because he was hungry. He was doing it for money. Harley says that the other day I saw a puddle appeared as a bear. I had to look twice. Oh, I love that. And in water as well. Wow. So yeah, there's just this beautiful story to be told, and that makes a lot of sense. Um, yeah, and the hunter's gone on. The hunter's gone on. Maybe the hunter's been a bear. That's right. The hunter was in a dark place and was hunting for money and just profit and greed. It wasn't out of necessity. These are, I'm not saying those statements are linked and that it's a judgment, just that those are the facts. And that, yes, ultimately you did save your family from future attacks. Okay, good. So I'm just going to close this book, Harley, and return it. And I hope that story helps you, and that healing as well. I was able to get healing into the heart of you and also the hunter as well. Okay, who is after Harley? Is it Sylvia? Let me just scan up. Sylvia to request the healings. I'm checking the list. It's a long list. Sylvia is next, and she's here. That was at 5:40. Okay, that's a couple minutes ago. Sylvia, haven't been feeling well for the past few weeks. Okay, Sylvia, let me take a look. And those ads that keep on popping up are just for some viewers. It says it's very very mysterious. Okay, so just asking Sylvia. Oh, yeah, just asking Sylvia to step forwards, and your guides and your higher self. There's definitely upgrades you're going through, Sylvia. I see for you, Sylvia, this column of golden light. It's quite narrow, maybe, what is it, 2 centimeters in diameter? And it comes down from, it's really high up. I'll look at its source in a moment. But it's coming down and it has these like little swirling energies that run around it, almost like a silky thread. And it's like, it's pinned you, like it's come down through your crown chakra and then through every other chakra. And it's holding you. It's like holding you in this. Um, it reminds me of how a uh, when people in museums put I don't know what the process is called, but when they put butterflies and insects, they put a pin through them after they've died, and they put a pin through them and on a cabinet to show them what they were like when they were alive. It reminds me of that, but you're not dead, and you're very much alive, and it's holding you. And it's, I think, the symbol I was shown was because it's holding you in your beauty, holding you in your grace. And I can understand how it feels very it feels intrusive in some respects, and yet it is definitely for your highest good. Like parts of your body are a bit resistant to this, and it's all to support your upgrade, your ascension upgrades at this time. And I'm seeing you a bit like a an aerial, so like an antenna where, if it was something like a radio aerial, it would receive different frequencies into different parts of this part, of you. And it feels like that for you with these ascension waves that are coming in at this time. Lower frequencies are coming in, into your lower chakras and higher frequencies into higher chakras. And there's a lot more like pressure and pain more around the upper chakras. So bringing in a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source. And this feeling that like the source of this energy is coming down from this highest angelic aspect of you. It's a past life version of you as an angel. And you're as an angel, I'm just asking like roughly what frequency you're at. I'm hearing it's 11th dimensional angel. It was the lowest frequency that you could come down to as an angelic being. Okay. An 11th dimension angel. Okay. And that this aspect of you is supporting this upgrade at this time and is very much with you and helping you and supporting you. And there's you're being asked to let go and surrender and to allow yourself to flow with these energies. Ona taramio to sonore timiako. And I'm asking this 11th dimension angel of you to really pay attention to Sylvia and your human needs and to help smooth this upgrade and the superpower as well that you're developing at this time. And just bring in source light to help with the upper chakras. And then most importantly, grounding energy. And you're definitely being encouraged to ground yourself more deep into the ground, into earth, and it'll help you with a lot of the symptoms that you're struggling with at this time. Good. I hope that helps, Sylvia. Thank you for asking. Um, and let me know who is after Sylvia. It says next on the list is Nathan. Hello, Nathan. Thank you for being a member. I have been posting and I have lots more member only videos to post. So look out for those. Um, so for Nathan, and there was just a couple of things to catch up from um, Harley. You were saying, I understand and resonate. I don't like killing things, even bugs. Feel bad about. Oh yeah, me too. Like, like I get so annoyed if I found like a trapped insect. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like be delayed and like change my day just to save your life. And then of course when I'm doing it, it's like, oh, I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to. And it's if anything, it's my fault that I have a house here that's not doesn't allow insects to easily escape. Um and Harlow says, thank you, you helped to understand. Um and Nathan's here. Hello, Nathan. And yeah, let me just let me know what you're looking for today, Nathan. A reading, clearing, healing, past life. And I already get a sense of what it is, but you can just put in the chat and I'll just ask your guides and your higher self to step forwards. Hello to Esmeralda who's joined for the first time. Hello and welcome. Um, yeah, Nathan, I'm not sure what you're looking for. Oh, sorry, you did say if I could help with a past life reading or clearing. I'm wondering if anything in my past affected me with vertigo in this current life. Interesting. Um, just while you were just before you posted that message, there was something about your body I was being shown, and it's on your left like elbow and just above the left elbow, and I was just being shown. It was almost like holding and touching that part of you, and then also where it sits on your body. But yeah, how can we help with Nathan's vertigo, please? Okay, wow, a lot very fast. So I'm in the Akashic records. I'm just being asked to see Nathan's book for this past life, and I was shown there's this book And it's almost like Nathan, I'm like flipping it like this, going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And as I open up this book, it feels like what you experience in a past life is the flipping of the poles, like the North and South Pole. Was what planet was this? Aram Aramatia was the name of the planet, but that it no longer exists. Aramatia, but a star system not far from here. I'm hearing the Proxima Centauri star system. Aramatia. I just I've heard the name. Maybe I've heard it as a planet before. Um, but before its destruction, it was going through pole flipping backwards and forwards, and it was just so destructive to the planet. It caused chaos. I can hear the sound of it. It's like this horrible sound, like this. Um, I don't know. It sounds like almost like these horns blasting, um, almost like metal bending, and the whole planet, like to feel a whole planet move is and shudder under this change is traumatic. There's this. It felt like it was happening, Nathan, as the planet was ascending, and so um, you are being asked to take a look at how you're feeling about this planet, and in particular to ground, like your vertigo is like this past life memory, this feeling that it's coming back, this pole flipping backwards and forwards. And I can assure you, at least for you in the timeline you're in, Nathan, that this does not happen for you, that you do not experience pole flipping, North and South Pole in your timeline. It may happen for others. It seems rare. It was a possibility for Earth, but Gaia has been able to stabilize herself. Okay. And how can we best help Nathan with this reassurance? Your guide is saying for me to close the book, like is to close the. Oh, Nathan says, I remember the planet. That's at least it's ascension. Yeah. Um, and yeah, just to say that in Earth's ascension, this is a message for everyone in the chat, including myself, is that Earth's ascension has been deliberately stabilized by many galactic beings and also archangels. Um, and it's because of its effect on so many of across the universe. So Earth's ascension is tightly coupled with the universe ascension. And so the way that this is the one thing or one of the key things that our galactic brothers and sisters could help with, and it's because their lives, their current lives and their future lives are all affected by Earth's ascension, and so they had a say, and each of them had a decision to make about whether they would support the stabilization of Earth. And Gaia is ahead of us in her ascension, and she is stable. Which is exciting. This is all really exciting news. Sometimes you want to hear this, right, to be told this. So that's really lovely. So just allowing that knowledge and wisdom to seep into you, Nathan, and in particular, like grounding you into the core of Mother Earth and then up into Source. And this is the same way. Okay, so you've had a past life also as a planet, and you went through this pole flipping as well. So you've experienced it as a planet and then experienced it as a child of the planet. And now you're worried that it's going to happen on Earth. And yeah, to help encourage you to focus on the the smooth ascension of Earth. So I hope that helps you, Nathan. We've maybe got time for a couple more. Um, let's see how they go. Who is next after Nathan, please? Oh, it says Young Keen Bands. And let me know, Youngie Bands, and please do come back on Thursday if I don't get uh to your questions, your requests. Um, the light has won, yeah, absolutely. In fact, we won some time ago. Um, Yeah, so let me know, Young Bands, how I can help you. Just asking Young Bands, higher self and source to step forwards, your guides. Oh, it's my pleasure, Nathan. Okay, so healing and clearing for Young Bands. So there's a book, there's an Akashic Records book, Young Bands, for you to read. It's really interesting. It's like, as it's presented to me, it's really old and dusty, and it had a very grand entrance, like quite small, gray in color, almost like a granite color to it. Um, very lots of dust on it, and it goes back a long time. It's a book of ancient wisdom, and it's really fascinating. It's it's not to be opened at this time, but it's to bring this book that you own into awareness, and for you to know that you can connect in with this ancient wisdom and knowledge. It seems in particular that it's because we're on a live stream that this should not be shared, the contents of this book. Um, but also you're not quite ready to receive this wisdom, but you need to know that it exists and that it's coming very soon for you. And Young Bands, if you want to access that, you can lots of different things you can do. You can just ask for this ancient wisdom, the book of ancient wisdom. It's called Book of Ancient Wisdom, for you to ask for it to be revealed to you just before you go to sleep at night, so that it's shown to you in your dreams or in meditation. And it'll take a few times to practice it and open it. But now that you've seen it, you know it exists, you can ask for your Akashic records to be opened just for you. Ask your guides to help you. Ask Archangel Metatron to ask you, sorry, to help you. And that will all help. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing for you at this time, Young Ben. So I hope that helps. Um, and is there anyone else next? I don't think I've ever quite made it to the end of the list. Um, but it'd be an honor to help. No problem. The list is long. Oh, that was to Heaney. Could you confirm who's next? Oh, about six on the list. Wow, there's so many. Fatima is next. Thank you. Okay, so Fatima, just asking your guides, your higher self, to step forwards. And yeah, let me know, Fatima, what you would like um, me to look at this time. Healing, clearing, reading, past life. Immediately drawn for you, Fatima, for this is this really interesting water theme for you. And I saw the water flowing from your body through to your higher self, and your guide as well. And you, Fatima, you're like transforming transforming these really beautiful experiences of flowing energy. It's the ascension waves that you seem to be converting, Fatima, into this water energy. And it's really fascinating. These ascension waves are very intense just now, and they're flowing from source through the universal sun, through the galactic sun, and they're, as they come through our sun and into yours. Um, John must take a long nap after this. Yes, I do. Thank you. But Fatima, you're like transmuting this energy before it gets to you, and it never occurred to me that that's possible, and that's a really beautiful thing that you're doing. And you're being encouraged at this time, Fatima, to help just raise your vibrations a bit, to focus on your self care and self love, and to bring yourself up above this water because sometimes it's making you feel like you're like being pulled down a bit. Oh, tears in your eyes. Dear King Brother John, that's so kind. Yeah, Fatima, I feel like that's an important thing for you to do is focus on your self-care, get plenty of rest, also drinking plenty of water. Everything that helps raise your vibration will help you in this what feels like a very like mermaid like ascension or approach to your ascension and physical DNA upgrades. So I hope that helps you. Thank you for asking. Um, who's next? Should we maybe do one more? And yeah, there's a question about random ones. It's a good reminder. We can definitely do more random ones in the future. Um, let me know who's after. Is it Kieran? Is it Kieran after Fatima? Just let me know. Kieran's next. Thank you, Kieran. And yeah, let me know. Um, let me know, Kieran. If you like a reading, clearing, uh, healing from your past life. Just asking your guides, your higher self to step forwards. Um, Thank you, Vivian. Who's saying, can I get clearing, healing for burning feet, body, and a money block in this life and past lives? And thank you, Kieran. It's really fascinating. I'm seeing there's this, your hands doing something like there's this energy flowing down from above you, this beautiful high vibration energy. And you're touching it with your hands. Like it reminds me of playing, like as these things come down, these energies come down into you, you're almost like you're playing it a bit like a musical instrument. And you're programming this energy as it flows into you. It's quite fascinating. These things that you're talking about, like the clearing for your burning feet and your body and the money block, it seems to be connected to your inability to allow this high vibration energy to flow down through. It feels like energy that's coming in from a past life, and that it's like you're trying to gift yourself in this lifetime very naturally. The gift of abundance. There's wisdom in there. There's help in your ascension. There's a lot. It in many respects is helping you become more of the ascended version that you have been previously in other lifetimes. But the key is for you to ground. This burning feet challenge that you're having is that you're having problems grounding into earth. And so let me see if I can assist with that. Bringing down a column of golden light from the highest dimension of source. Dorai Matatoromoto. And helping realign each of your chakras. Come all the way down to the base of your spine, and then bringing that into grounding into earth, into the core of Mother Earth. And then I'm going to take the energy out to down your legs and down to your toes. O teramai terasamo turumutiaka. Ora si maru. And allowing that clearing then also out through the hands, allowing the grounding, the healing, and the clearing. Muntara si mo turumua. Beautiful. It was interesting. It felt like this dragon light language was coming forwards, and yeah, really beautiful energy. Not It's not a human lifetime that you had, Kieran, that you've had these abilities, but you're definitely being called to ground more, like walk barefoot on the grass or on the ground or the pavement or the sidewalk or wherever you are. Stones are, sometimes just as good as the grass itself. Practicing. I have a free meditation called Connecting with Source and Gaia. You can also try that. But yeah, all these things really, really help you connect into the ground. So yeah, I think I am. I hope that helps, Kieran. I think I'm done at just over 2 hours. Um, and yeah, I can't. I'm afraid I just don't have it in me to do any more. Uh, 2 hours and 5 minutes, and my voice is going, and I'll need to take a break. But I will be back on Thursday, and if you remind me, Viviane, perhaps we could do. If you're also here, we could do a what you call it, um, a some random selections as well. And yeah, I'll definitely uh, take a look at. No problem, Kieran. I'll definitely take a look at StreamYard as well. It might be a great way of getting people's um, questions tagged so it's more easy. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone so much. Sip, sip, everyone. Yes, I absolutely need to drink a lot of water too. Thank you so much, everyone. It really fills my day with such joy to be of service to you. And whilst I definitely do a lot in a short space of time, I it's easy for me to just wish I could do more and do more people. But yeah, it's a real honor to get through you all, and thank you so much. A real honor to help you. So, as I promised at the start, I'm going to close down the Akashic records, and the practice of this is I'd like to say I close down I close this down. There's Akashic record for everyone that we've accessed at this time. I close the access for myself to the Akashic records until I next request it to be opened, asking Archangel Metatron to assist with this. And I'm stepping out of the Akashic records. And for today's session, I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source and Gaia, and every being that's participated in today's session, asking us all to step out of the energy of the session as I bring it to a small ball and close it down. Archangel Michael, please return to source or never return here again. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your requests. It's a true honor to serve you at this time. And I'm very grateful. Please feel free to book me in any time. Also, my free meditations on my website are a huge thing. They're how I develop my gifts and abilities over the years. And I still use those same meditations every day. Um, and you can also join my training. And I'm running higher self foundational training starts on the 30th of September for complete beginners through to a lot of the principles that you've seen me practice today. And also for the more advanced, there's the intermediate training coming on around the 6th of October. So excited for that. And thank you. Special thanks to Viviane. And yeah, I'm really excited to see your channel. I would love to come on your channel one day, Viviane. I'd love to have you on here as well in person. And it would be amazing to work with you. So thank you for so much for your love and support, everyone. And I hope you all have a beautiful day and day or night wherever you are in the world. And I'm sending so much love from Scotland. Take care, everyone. Sending so much love. Goodbye.